The summer air was thick and still over the farm, the reservoir gleaming under the sun as I prepared for routine inspections. It was a critical resource, essential not only for irrigation but for sustaining the diverse ecosystems and livestock on the property. Yet, true to form, the HOA once again sought to interfere. This time, their objective was clear: to halt the operation of the yard reservoir, a vital part of the farm's infrastructure. They had no understanding of the complexity, the stakes, or the far-reaching consequences of their interference. I received their notice early in the day, a bureaucratic edict instructing me to cease operation of the reservoir immediately. Their tone carried the usual blend of assumed authority and veiled intimidation, confident that they could compel compliance through threat alone. I examined the situation carefully, noting the timing, the specifics of the regulation, and the operational status of the farm. Their intervention was both audacious and uninformed. They had no idea of the leverage the reservoir provided nor the preparation I had in place to defend the farm's sovereignty. Within minutes, I executed a measured response. The reservoir, while a critical asset to my property, also supplied energy and water to a vast section of land owned or influenced by the HOA, including a livestock operation housing over 1,500 animals. Using carefully managed controls, I severed the flow of water and energy to their area, effectively isolating their systems and demonstrating the consequences of attempting to interfere with my property. The effect was immediate. Pumps halted, water distribution ceased, and operational systems ground to a halt. The HOA officers, expecting compliance, were caught completely off guard. Their plan relied on fear, surprise, and bureaucratic authority. Yet they encountered instead a calculated response grounded in knowledge, preparation, and the exercise of legitimate power. Their livestock operations, dependent on continuous water supply, were disrupted, and the sudden halt revealed the extent of their reliance on systems beyond their control. Confusion, concern, and urgency replaced their initial confidence. Throughout the day, I monitored their response remotely, noting every attempt to rectify the situation and every sign of hesitation. The farm, in contrast, continued to operate smoothly. Livestock under my care had ample water and resources. The crops received their scheduled irrigation, and the pond and reservoir maintained their natural cycles. The contrast between preparedness and assumption could not have been clearer. The farm thrived under structured, lawful oversight, while the HOA scrambled to comprehend the consequences of their overreach. I documented every aspect of the event. The timing of the HOA's notice, the steps I took to sever water and energy to their area, and the resulting operational impact were all recorded. This meticulous record ensured that any future attempts at interference would be met with evidence-backed authority, reinforcing the principle that intrusion carries consequences when met with foresight and preparation. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the farm settled into a calm rhythm. The reservoir mirrored the fading light, the livestock grazed peacefully, and the air carried a sense of quiet triumph. The HOA's intrusion had not only failed, but had provided a clear demonstration of the consequences of assuming authority over property one does not control. Their audacity had been met with strategy, foresight, and decisive action. By nightfall, the message was clear and enduring. Attempts to halt the operations of the farm, no matter how boldly asserted, would always meet resistance grounded in preparation, lawful authority, and intimate knowledge of the land. The pond, the reservoir, and every associated system remained under careful supervision, untouchable and sovereign. The HOA had learned yet again that intrusion, when confronted with strategy and foresight, is powerless, and that the stewardship of land requires both vigilance and decisive enforcement. The farm lay quiet under the moonlight, its waters shimmering, the fields still, and the lodge glowing softly in the distance. Authority, preparation, and strategy had prevailed. The HOA's interference had only reinforced the reality that audacity without understanding is fragile, and intrusion without consequence is impossible against those who know their land, their systems, and their rights. The reservoir, the pond, and the farm itself remained a testament to resilience, foresight, and the enduring power of sovereignty.